Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be making my niece her first birthday cake. We are going to be doing a unicorn themed cake, so if you guys are interested in this video, please keep on watching. These are a few items you're going to be needing. I do kind of have a lot of things going on because I'm not too sure what I will need, but I will leave some of these things below. This turning table here did come with this spatula, some piping bags, some tips, as well as a spinning table. It's this one right here, and then I did purchase another spatula today at Walmart, as well as this leveler and this big tip to help me frost the cake evenly. The cake pan I am going to be using, it's a bit small. It's 6 by 3. This was purchased on Amazon. Once again, I will leave it linked below for you guys. And we have some food coloring, and we have some cardboard for our cake to sit on. But we're going to go ahead and get started with baking the cake portion of it. You will need milk to substitute for water, and we're going to be using eggs as well. I forgot to mention, but we are going to be doing this unicorn thing, and I did purchase this on Amazon, and it comes with the little eyes. I'll leave everything linked for you guys in case you guys are wanting to purchase anything of this, but let's get started on baking the cake. For our cake mix, we're going to be using the Betty Crocker, and like I mentioned, we're just going to follow the instructions behind. The only thing we're substituting is our water. We're going to be adding milk. I do have our ingredients here. I'm just going to use this as my mixing bowl, and I got butter out so we can butter up the pan. So we have 3 eggs, 1 cup and 1/4 of milk, and half of oil. We're just going to throw everything in here and mix it up. Our oven is preheating to 350 degrees. We are going to put the cake in there for about 25 to 30 minutes. I only filled it up to about halfway because it is going to rise, and then we'll do a second batch of the cake. But we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
First cake is out. It was in there for about 35 minutes at 350 degrees. It did rise a lot. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from this pan and place another batch. New batch is about to go in. This one is less than half, but as we can tell with the first one, it did rise a lot. So this one should be about almost the same. I'm going to put it in there for 35 minutes now, and we'll be back once it's done. These are some of the ingredients you're going to need for the frosting. I am going to be using heavy whipping cream. This is the Walmart brand. To this, you do need to add your own sweetener. So we're going to be adding granulated sugar as well as vanilla. And with my hand mixer, I'm going to go ahead and mix it all up. You're going to add half a cup of sugar. And we're going to add half a tablespoon of vanilla. And we're going to go ahead and start mixing it in. This is the consistency you're going to be looking for on your whipped cream. I did mix it by hand for about 10 minutes to get it to this consistency.
Soon after.
This is the food color I'm going to be using. I'm going to choose the cuter colors like pink, purple, and blues. What I'm going to do is add some frosting into each bowl. And to this, we're going to be adding in our food coloring. I'm not sure how pigmented this is, so I'm going to add 3 drops to start off with. And I'm going to try to fold it all in together. We're going to go ahead and do the blue one. Just add 2 drops. Fold that in. And our last one, the violet one. Here are all the colors we're going to be using. For the purple one, I did have to add about 10 drops of the violet food coloring. The other two with 2-3 drops, it was perfectly fine. We're gonna actually get started on actually decorating the cake and frosting the cake. Here to start off with, we need a board. I did get an 8-inch board for my cake. To this, I'm going to be adding a bit of frosting underneath, just so the cake doesn't move around too much. And I'm going to add my first layer of cake. From here, using a piping bag with no tip, I'm going to add frosting in between the layers. And just put frosting on. At this point, I'm going to add our second layer of cake. I'm actually going to be flipping it down. Using this tip here, I'm going to go ahead and put another coating of frosting all over the cake. I'm pretty happy with the results of the cake. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes for the frosting to kind of harden, because working with this does kind of get it warmed up, and I do want the frosting to be as cold as possible. At this point, we are going to start building in our frosting. We are going to be using saran wrap paper to kind of make the 3-color effect. In this case, we're going to be using 4. So you want to start off with one color first. And we're going to be adding white on top. Here what we're going to do is grab one side of the saran wrap and fold it. And you want to go ahead and place that down. Press on it gently. And as you can tell, all of the colors are kind of getting combined. Do the same to the other side. I'm going to fold this side. To this side here, you want to cut this with scissors. With the opening, you want to go ahead and get your piping bag. Place it in there. And then you do want to release air. So by pressing it, you'll get rid of air bubbles. Alright, so this is how this turned out with just using one of the tips. I'm going to go ahead and change tips and just add more of the blue color. This is the tip I'm going to be using. I want to go ahead and remove any air that I might have in there. And we're just going to go around and do little dots around the cake. Now to our pink, I'm going to make it a bit of a darker color just so it can pop out a little bit more. So we're going to add... I added 4 more drops, and let's see what color it gives us. So it's a lot more pink now. We're going to go ahead and do kind of the same technique we did with the blue. I'm just going to change into a new tip. This is a tip I'm going to be using now. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and add our unicorn ears as well as the horn and our eyelashes. These are just going to go here. I'm kind of having difficulties as to how I was going to put it. If I would have had some type of tool, I would probably use that, but I'm going to go ahead and see where it would fit best. And now our horn. This is a little heavy, so I'm kind of scared that it's not going to hold up too well. Looks like it did just fine. And we're gonna go ahead and put in our ears on each side. Alright guys, so this is how the cake turned out, and this is how it looks from the side. If you guys did like today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in my next video.
Solo.